The NBA playoffs are set, and these are my picks for the first round. First, we got the Pelicans versus the OKC Thunder. The Pelicans are without Zion still, but the team really came together and got a nice win over the Kings. I think this matchup defensively is, a great matchup against OKC. OKC has a really good team and they're really well put together, but I think they match up nice against the Thunder, but, the Thunder could get it done, but my pick, I'm going to go with the Pelicans here. If BI could just keep it consistent and keep scoring the way he does and the team just keeps up the elite defense, I think this team has a chance to make it to the second round, and maybe there's a possible Zion return. Next, we got the Clippers versus the Mavericks. I think this is going to be a really good matchup. I really like how Denver has, kind of got their things together. Kyrie and Luka have been clicking. This team has looked really good, but I think the Clippers, just all around the bench and the starting lineup, they are more complete and they have more depth. They have, more opportunities to score while also having great defense on that team. I'm high on the Clippers here. I think, they can maybe make a little run. I'm going to pick the Clippers here. Next, we got the Timberwolves and the Suns. This matchup, I think, is probably going to be one of the best in the first round. The Suns have so much offense and they could score from any level, but this Timberwolves team defensively is just elite. They have so many bodies that they're going to be able to throw at Devin Booker, Bradley Beal, Kevin Durant. This team is just loaded for these matchups. I think that the Timberwolves, roster-wise, have a really good shot at going far. I, have a little bit of future money on them winning the championship. This team looks great. I'm going with the Timberwolves here. Next, we got the Nuggets versus the Lakers. Same thing with the Lakers here. The Lakers are a very well put together roster. I think this roster really does well in the playoffs. We've seen it time and time again last year. People were doubting them. They came to the playoffs. They dominated. The Nuggets had their number last year. They just absolutely dominated the Lakers, but the Lakers got a bit better. This team is really clicking this year. I think, the defense is there. The Nuggets, they're still a great team, but they haven't really done anything else to get much better. Bruce Brown's gone. He had a really, key success in knocking off the Lakers last year. I'm going to go with the Lakers here. I think this team is just defensively and offensively great. On paper, this team defensively has been struggling a little bit, but when the playoffs hit, we know what this team does. I'm taking LeBron James and AD. Give me the Lakers. Next, for the East, we got the Celtics and the Heat. The Heat are without Jimmy Butler. Super unfortunate. They've been without Terry Rozier, but Tyler Hero really stepped up, took charge. This team got a win to make it to the playoffs. I don't see them winning this series, but I do see, the Heat maybe picking up a couple games, but this Celtics team is just absolutely phenomenal, top to bottom, one of the greatest rosters in the NBA right now. An absolute stacked team, defensively, offensively, coaching. I'm going with the Celtics here. Next, we got the Cavs and the Magic. Both these teams defensively are great. The Cavs, I think, have a little bit more of a completed roster. We've seen what Donovan Mitchell does in the playoffs as well. I do think, it's going to be a close matchup, honestly. I think Paolo Banchero is going to have a great playoff debut, and I think it's going to go deep into the series, but I'm going to go with the Cavaliers here. Next, we got the Bucks and the Pacers. This Bucks team had a phenomenal start to the season, and then, they hired Doc Rivers. That just, has been kind of stagnant since then. They were second seed for a while, and then they dropped off to the third seed. Still a great team, and they still have, time to really get together. I think they could get into the groove of things against the Pacers and win the series. They are going to be without Giannis for a couple games, but I think Dame's going to really put the team on his back. This roster's great. I'm going to go with the Bucks. And last but not least, we got the Knicks and the 76ers. This is probably the best matchup we have in the East. The Knicks have played phenomenal basketball all year. Jalen Brunson really stepping up. This team has been great. They don't have Julius Randle, but they've shown for a while now that they are still an elite team. The 76ers defense is really good and underrated. Since Nick Nurse came to this team, they really, the defense has gotten a lot better. Joel Embiid, people are saying he's a little hobbled and he's going in injured, but he's been looking great the last couple weeks. He came back. He looked great. He looks, like he still could take on a heavy workload. Tyrese Maxey has really stepped up. This is going to be a close game. I am going to take the Knicks here. I like this team top to bottom better, and I think the matchups are going to be really good against the 76ers. I do think it's going to be close, but I'm going to go with the Knicks here.